Hi, and welcome back to week 7 of the journey to self-love. I hope you're really enjoying the course and everything is going to plan. I really want you to succeed in finding self-love. How are you doing with that? Out of 10, scale it. Is there a difference from week 1? Are we seeing a gradual difference, or have we seen a quick spike in your self-love towards yourself? I hope this is really helping you, because all I want is for you to love yourself. And today we'll be finding out why it's so important for you to love yourself, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of others. So, how did you go with your homework? Did you enjoy using the self-love wheel to help you with writing some I statements related to something you want to cut away? Cutting away is really difficult, so don't expect it to be easy, but it is very beneficial to you. It is very clear that you need to know where you stand with other people, with things that you're eating, the way you present yourself in your life, the way you feel about yourself. It is really, really important. I want you to love yourself. So yeah, the homework was a really good activity, and I think getting to use that self-love wheel a little bit more to find out how you're feeling in terms of confidence, trust, compassion, those types of things that are on that wheel, we need you to use it. Just like the positive statements, the reframing, everything that you've done so far, I want to see that you're using it in your daily life. Using anchors. How are we going in terms of anchors? How are we going with our plan? 4-week plan, our 4-week goal. Have you got 1 week left? Have you made it already? Have you extended your goal? You've done that on your own. That's really good self-love. Have you struggled with it? You've got a week left. Really try hard this week. Or maybe extend the distance of it. You don't have to end it next week. This is your goal. This is for you. I want you to have success. Next week, in our final week of the course, we'll be looking at long-term planning. So I really, really hope that you have had success with this goal and you can see the benefits of setting goals. Okay, what are we learning today? Well, today we're going to be talking about why self-love is so important, not just for you, but for the other people around you. We'll be looking at our friendships and our family and the people in our life in activity 1. We'll also be looking at writing a positive statement about ourselves. And then we'll have a bit of a wrap up of the 7 weeks towards the end. But I'm looking forward to working with you again this week and seeing your successes. Don't forget, scaling is a real important part of coaching you to be better at self-love. It is an identifiable, measurable way of you seeing your own progress. If you are seeing no progress, you're static. See what you're doing. Are you doing the activities? Go back to week 1 and start again. Don't let it faze you. Sometimes we have gone through so many dramas in our life that it's had a major negative effect on us. And it's going to take a while for some of us to generate that self-love. But maybe also that you're being too critical of yourself. Maybe that actually you have actually started to love yourself a little bit more, but you're still finding to be in that negative mindset about yourself. Have a really deep think about that. What are you doing in terms of recognizing that you have moved forward with your self-love? Well, let's move on with today's learning. Well, I want to ask you a question. Why is it so important that you love yourself? And the answer should be something along the lines of, so that you can feel good in every activity that you do. It should be something similar to that. What you need to recognize is that your self-love has an effect on other people, on relationships. It doesn't matter what type of relationship is, you have effect. You bring into that relationship what you think, what you feel, and how you act, your behavior. These are the things you bring to all the activities that you do. And in a world where there's so many people, even people who are feeling lonely have some form of relationship with somebody. It could be the delivery guy. It could be anybody. And most important is that relationship with yourself. So that is number one. Building that self-love towards yourself is so important. And I say so important so many times, but I am really meaningful in stating that self-love is the most beneficial thing that you can do for yourself your whole life. It will change your world. It will change your outlook on your life, on your faith, on your relationships. And that's the key thing about self-love. That self-love is one of the key things about building positive relationships. And if you're just looking at partner relationships, it's really difficult to love somebody else if you don't love yourself. I'm not saying you cannot be in a relationship because you don't love yourself. Maybe you could be with someone who actually builds you up, makes you feel better. But you need to do some of that yourself as well. This is why these training courses are so important. So you loving yourself has a massive effect on your relationships. I believe that if you love yourself and you be positive in the world, that you will get the things you want. From my perspective, faith is really important. If I don't love myself, how can I love my God? He helps me to be better. He helps me to achieve. But also there's that inner thing that helps you to do, the drive that want to achieve, the thing that tells you that I'm not a failure. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to be able to go to work, hold my head up high, expect people to respect me, and tell them when they're not. Do not allow people to make you feel worse than you are. Standing in your own self-respect, as long as you're respecting them when you're saying it, that's the key. So self-love is really, really important to our relationships. So that works nicely into our first activity. And our first activity today, it's about seeing where the people in your life are in terms of how they show you the respect, how they build your confidence, how they make you trust them, how they show you compassion, how they make you feel. It's so important. We know who is looking after our self-love and who is not. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you might need a whole page for this because you might be writing around. I want you to draw a big circle. It can be a square. I mean, it's up to you what shape you use. But big circle, and then draw two more within each other. So you've got three circles like a target. And the title of the middle circle, the little circle, is going to be Inner Circle. But in the respects of relationships, your inner circle in terms of relationship. Then on the second circle, put family and friends. And on the third circle, acquaintances. Now, what I would like you to do in here is we're going to do two pauses in this activity. Wow, we're doing something different. First part of this activity is just having a think. Write down all the people, and acquaintances sometimes are important to us. So just remember that there are people in your life that they might just be an acquaintance. They might not be the person I ring if I need help, but they are acquaintance. I see a lot of work colleagues are like that. So I want you to think of the people in your life, and it doesn't matter how many. Some of you will have lots of people. Try and keep it down to the ones that are closest to you in those three circles. And then I want you to write their names in any of the circles that fit. Only write their name once, so whichever circle you pick. So family and friends, inner circle's different to family and friends. Your inner circle could just be your best friends. It doesn't have to be your mum or your dad or your brother or your sister. It could be just your best friend. It could be your grandmother, husband, your kids. Just think about where they stand. Are they in the family and friends, or are they in your inner circle? These are the people that will very likely know your true behaviors, your true feelings. even if it is in a negative way. For example, like a parent who moans at their kids all the time for not cleaning up. They see the real you. When you're stressed and you're a parent, kids see your stress. It's so easy. But if you go to work, you might hide that stress from other people. You can see the difference between an acquaintance and an inner circle person. These inner circle people see the true you. Not totally the 100% real you. So I'm going to pause the video now. I want you to think of all the names and write them in the circles. Good luck. Hi, welcome back. How did you go with that first part of activity 1? Thinking all the people that are in your life, whether they're your inner circle, your family and friends, or your acquaintances. And so now that leads on to what we're going to do next. And I want you thinking of the self-love wheel, and I want you thinking about people that make you feel self-awareness. They accept you as you are. They care for you. They help benefit your self-care. They help respect you. They show you respect, so it gives you self-respect. Someone that you trust. Someone that gives you confidence. Someone that it gives you empathy and compassion. So shows you the things that you want to give to others through this self-love. And I want you to either maybe 2 different color pens. This activity is totally up to you again, like all the activities. I'm not over your shoulder seeing what you've written or what you've done. You can either just focus on the positives, because we talked about cutting away last week, or we can look at both the positives and the negatives. Which ones don't show you empathy or compassion? Which people don't show you the respect that you deserve? Remember, this is about self-love. Even though we're talking about what they're showing you, it is about us understanding, being self-aware. Actually, I'm not okay with that, or I'm very okay with the way you're treating me. We need to understand that. So we need to know whether they accept you, whether they show you empathy, compassion, whether they build your confidence, whether they trust you, whether they care about you. I mean, sometimes like the self-care one, a friend coming up and say, look, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I'm a bit concerned about your weight gain, or something like that. Hopefully they say it a lot nicer than that. But that's not such a bad thing. That is someone showing us care. The only reason we don't like that is because it might make us feel self-aware ourselves. But if they're doing it in a respectful way, in a compassionate, empathetic way, where they're actually caring for us, that's really, really important. So not every time if someone highlights a negative about you, is it a negative behavior from that person? Or is it just someone that cares? You know these people more than anyone else. These are the people that you choose to have in your life. Some of them you don't choose, as in terms of work colleague, but in terms of your inner circle and your family and friends, they're your choices. You choose to have them in. And as we spoke about last week, cutting away the negative influences, so all the people in our lives are positive. That would benefit our self-love greatly. And the more you love yourself, the more you can love others and show that back to them. So if you're doing both positives and negatives, you might want different color pens, or you want a way like you underline the positives or you circle the negatives. It's up to you what you do. But I want you thinking, start with your friends and family in your inner circle. Thinking about the self-love wheel. What is it that makes them your inner circle friend? What is it that makes them special to you, that make you feel good about yourself? And I imagine there won't be any negatives in your inner circle. Well, I would hope that. Because if you've got people that don't show you the respect you deserve or the compassion that you need, then why are they in your inner circle? Yes, the saying, we keep our enemies close, and even God says that, love your enemies, that's fine, but keep them at a distance. It's so important that your inner circle is the inner circle. These people will do all those 6 things in your life. Maybe when you go out into the outer circles, the family and friends, or even the acquaintances, you might find there's someone there that actually you should draw nearer to your inner circle. Maybe not be in your inner circle, but maybe they step into the family and friends, because actually they do a lot of the compassion, the empathy, maybe that's someone you should draw to. So that's what this activity is about. You can either write these down or you just color code which people are the positive people and which people are the negative people, and this will aid in helping you cut away or bring closer. People around you is really important for you to build your self-love so that you can love them back as well as what they're doing to you. So it's so important that we know the people that matter to us because they show us that we matter to them. I'd suggest writing it down, because if you don't look back at this for a while, then you're going to maybe forget why this person's this. So just jot it down. It doesn't have to be copious paragraphs. Just jot a word down. Not compassionate. Doesn't build my confidence. Does show me care at all times. Little statements like that. You might come out of the circle and write it. I'm going to pause the video now. Good luck with that. I really hope you find this really beneficial. You'll learn a lot about yourself and a lot about the people that you choose to have in your life. Pausing the video now. Hi and welcome back after that activity. I hope you've got a better awareness now of the relationships that you have around you, and that ones that you know that if you're not cutting away different people, then you need to show that you love yourself. So you need to respect yourself in times when people are being negative to you or not showing you what you need in terms of compassion and care. So I hope you can really think about now the people around you, the people that love you, the people that you love to have around you, that make you feel good, that build your self-esteem, build you up to be the person that you think you are. Because it leads brilliantly into activity 2. Now, I mentioned at the start, for activity 2, we're going to write a positive statement about ourselves. Over the 7 weeks, we've written some lovely positive things about ourselves. So what I want you to do is go back, spend some time reviewing all the things that you've said about yourself, the I statements. What did you say in front of the mirror in week 2? What are the things that you think about yourself that you could write in this positive statement? I'm not giving examples for this because this is truly personal to you. I cannot give you an example of what you want to say about yourself. And because it is truly personal, I don't really want to give you my personal statement about myself. I would view this in one hand having the self-love wheel next to you, but also reviewing every positive thing you do. And think about the self-love wheel. What things that you do are compassionate? What are the things that you've been through that you have succeeded in overcoming? Reframing would be one of those things. I hope that you've overcome some of the negative things that you've said about yourself. Because true self-love, this task, you should be really excited to do this, because I want you to show yourself that you do love yourself, that you are building a self-love towards yourself. Do not think that at every moment of the day, every response you make, there's not going to be any mistakes. You're going to be perfect. I'm self-love. I love myself. So everything, it's not always the way. I have negative moments, sad moments. I have emotions. I get angry. I get sad, a little bit melancholy sometimes, and I bring myself out of it. That's why we build our self-love, because it's our self-love that brings us out of these emotional times. And when we see drama, we should be using some of these techniques to either escape that drama or to stand up for ourselves in a positive way, by the way, in a respectful way, because we always have to consider other people's self-love. So we have to show them the respect and the compassion. I understand why you have spoken to me like that, because you're stressed, but I do not like it. And then that hopefully will trigger in them. And I say, oh, I'm sorry about that. You're right. I am really stressed. I didn't mean to speak to you like that. And hopefully that is a respectful conversation between two mature people. Even with your kids, you need to do this. But back to our positive statement. This is a positive statement. You can highlight things that you've gone through in your life where you have made positive changes, because that is a positive thing. That should be in your positive statement. The negative things that you've been through in your life is a memory, is something you have lived. We don't cut away our past. We cut away the feelings that we have associated with that past. Like we forgive the people, or we forgive ourselves, or things like that. We use these techniques. We frame them in a more positive way. I learned this, and I am now able to understand that this behavior is disrespectful to me. So I now only accept respectful behavior and statements from people. There's an example of something that could be in your positive statement. Or it could just be a whole descriptive prose paragraph, half page, whatever you want to do, of positive things that you've achieved in your self-love. It can be achievements, but explain them. Don't just say them, because this should be used as a tool for you to go back and read and go, hey, I am a positive person. I have achieved. I am doing the right things. I do have self-love. So get down, use the self-love wheel, go back and review all the positive things. And I want you to write as much as you like about you. And it's a positive statement. And being a statement, I am guessing you know that what I'm looking for are I statements. I am. I feel. These are the things that you need to do. You need to show yourself the compassionate side of yourself, the respectful side of yourself, the caring side of yourself, the confidence, the trust, and the awareness and self-acceptance. This is your statement of self-acceptance. So go ahead, be positive, show yourself your self-love in words. So I'm going to pause the video, take as long as you like, and be really mindful and discerning about what you want to write, because this is a tool that you can use for many a year. Good luck and enjoy it, because it's something positive about you. Some of you will be a little bit stressed about doing the positive, but you'll find positives because you've made it to week 7. You have positive things to say about yourself. Maybe something you did last week that happened, that you reacted in a more positive way, a more self-loving way than you would have before. There, highlight that. But too much talk from me. I want to show your positivity to yourself, show your self-love in your writing. So go to it. I'll pause the video. Hi and welcome back. I hope you really found that activity beneficial to you, and you've learned some things about yourself that maybe you didn't realize. Maybe we could go back and look at our scale, and maybe you're at a different level. Maybe you're at an 8 when you were marking yourself as a 6. Where are you on your self-love journey? I hope all of you found it easy in some way. It doesn't matter about the length, it matters about the content. What is the content? Was it meaningful to you? Did you write something that is actually going to be good to use as a tool? When you think back, when you're having that little sad moment, or you've maybe made a mistake and you're going through that forgiveness period, or you're maybe watching the forgiveness video, and you're thinking to yourself, I need to read my positive statement about myself. And it helps you back into that self-love mode. So please use your positive statements as a way to help you stay on track with your self-love. It's the second to last week, and I'm hoping that you're feeling really good about yourself and you've written some fantastic things about your positivity, your self-love to yourself. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at the homework activity, because next week, in our final week, we're going to be planning a year long, could be a year, could be further. We're going to be looking at planning a journey for you, a goal that you want to achieve, and it could be more of a material goal, like set up a business or stuff like that, that will involve your self-love, because it will involve you having confidence in yourself. Maybe it's something that you want to do, like you want to go acting and audition for a play or something like that. So it's a longer term thing, and we need to build the confidence. We want your life to be what you want it to be. So it could be like reading the Bible for the first time. You want to finish that because that you want to become more faithful. It could be anything. It doesn't matter. But what I want you to do for your homework is jot down some ideas about where you want to be in a year's time. What is it you want to achieve? It might not be, it might be 6 months, but it's a longer term. We did a 4-week short one. Now we want to do a longer term one. And we're going to go through that process, and we're going to do some visualization next week to help you build your positive track towards your goal. So that's your homework. Think about a goal that you want to achieve that will aid your self-love, that will allow you to use all these lovely things that you've written in your positive statement, and make it linked to your positive statement in terms of what is you feel that you are building. I know that reaching this week, you are really on your journey. It's 7 weeks. Next week will be nearly 2 months of really learning and really feeling self-love. So I know that this will be a positive thing to you. But before we go in the session, I want to talk about journaling. Now, your positive statement that you did in activity 2 is a way of writing down the positive things you do. You could start, if you enjoyed that activity, every day writing down a journal entry which is positive. For some of you who are not really into the writing, this would still be beneficial, but just make it a comment. One comment. Write down one thing that you were positive about yourself, what you achieved that day. One thing you did. Like, you could have stood up to someone who said something disrespectful to you. You could have got your whole house clean, and rather than sitting in a mess, self-care. It could be linked to anything. This is about you being proud of yourself. Remember back to our columns where we were writing emotive language. I'm proud, I care, I love, I respect. It can be linked to those 4 areas of emotion. So journaling is really beneficial. As a teacher, especially when I got into the behaviour education, my children journaled every day because it was the most important communication I had with them. Now, it wasn't necessarily a positive journal, it was just a general journal. They tell me what happened overnight or on the week. And they did it every day. It's one of the first things they did, because then I could see where they were at. I could build a relationship with these children and help them love themselves. I'd give positive comments back, I'd give advice, things like that. It was totally unmarked. We weren't marking vocabulary or spelling or anything like that. It's the same for you. This is just jotting down. These journals are personal. If you choose to share them, that's up to you. But these are personal things. These are just things that you want to write about yourself. It's one more positive thing you could add to your list of things to do. How long does it take to write one sentence? One positive thing that you achieved in the day? And I bet those of you that start a journal and write one thing every day, that gradually it will get into a paragraph and you'll start to find more things. Because the more we look into our positivity, the more we look into our self-love, the more we will find. We are a gem, and we are so good at bringing ourselves down that we overlook all those really good things and positive things that happen in our life. This is not just about self-love. This is about positive mindset. So, what did we learn today? Well, today we talked about relationships and how important self-love is, building positive, loving relationships in any environment. We also did an activity where we chose some people and we put them into 3 groups of inner circle, friends and family and acquaintances. And then we thought about whether they are having a positive or negative effect on how we feel and how we act and our self-love. And we wrote that down. And then in activity 2, we wrote a positive statement using all the things we've learned about ourselves, all the things we've written about ourselves, and we wrote a positive statement. And we ended talking about journaling, maybe introducing a positive journal every night before we go to bed. And the homework, what we're going to do is think about a major goal that we can do over a longer period of time that we can look at next week. So keep practicing, keep reframing, keep forgiving yourself, keep doing the things that are positive for you. Reread your positive statements you've written about yourself. Keep cutting away those negative people, things in your life, or try and help have more positive attitude, more self-love towards yourself. Keep doing all the things that you need to do to love yourself. Next week is our final week, and I look forward to seeing some 9s and 10 out of 10s in your scaling, because I want you the best you can be for you, self-love. So, sending you positive and healing thoughts, love and light to you all.